first heard about Bands4Bands, we were playing a show at our high school, and this little band, Fatal War Machine, they were like relating to Mystic Rage. We're like, who's that? And they're talking about Bands4Bands.
We were like, Mystic who?
Mystic fucking Rage!
That's right.
Local. Well, it's the only that I know of organization where bands support bands. You know, really support bands, and we do things together, and we help each other, and we have meetings.
Its philosophy for Bands4Bands is great. It gives support to beginning bands, I think. That's what really did draw all of us to it in the end, and to stick with it.
Bands4Bands, they bring, you know, every genre of music together as like a coalition, like of arts, kind of, you know, like
It's a little more.
it gives you a chance to actually like build a real relationship with other bands rather than trying to go find a band that's maybe similar to yours, because that could take, you know, for however long it is.
Like, I came from the LA scene. There's no thing like Bands4Bands in LA. And I think that that's what most of the scenes in different towns is missing. Like, if you go to LA, it's all who you know and who you can connect with, and trying to play shows with different people and trying to get in venues and stuff. And there's no real bonding, even with the bands that are from the same genres.
I hate going, we play with other bands and they don't talk to one another. Bands4Bands isn't like that at all. It's about talking to other bands and networking, like everybody said. And we don't think it's a competition. We go out there, we get there before any bands play, and we leave when the last band plays. We watch everybody and we clap for them, and we're there about support. It's about music.
I started Bands4Bands because I felt there was a need in this area for an organization, or to get groups together, get bands together to unite, to do things, because there was too much competition and I thought the scene was dying. So I thought the best thing to do is to try to get some of the bands that are friends of mine to get something started, to try to rebuild the scene and just try to cut out the competition, do some networking, and help each other out. Any announcements for a month of August, like shows, or you want to get gastro bypass surgery, anything like that they want to announce? We have monthly meetings. The purpose pretty much at the meeting is to hear me talk about an hour and a half. So I enjoy hearing myself talk. It's really fun. Because Diesel's going to be out, the Fat Cat, so I do have a spot open on the 18th. So what I have, I wouldn't mind going over before we get on to September dates. Where's my calendar? Basically, the monthly meetings is to hit all our goals. We have a lot of things we're working on, like any organization or any company or any business. You have things that you're trying to do. You don't want to be complacent. You don't want to just keep doing nothing. You know, keep making the widgets. You want to make the widgets 2, the widgets 3. You want to make things better. Monthly meetings are pretty much, they're pretty organized. They're very loose. It's informal. Everyone tends to pipe in whenever they want to. If you're not open-minded and you don't really want to make things work, then it's not going to work for you.
The problems that Bands4Bands seems to hit is that like a lot of bands are selfish. Like, it's kind of like a potluck. What you put in, you get out.
When we get newer bands coming in, the bands that don't work out usually are a bunch of dicks, pretty much. Actually, a lot of the bands, they're self-centered.
Some of the bands are more selfish, where they're just out there to get a show. Not trying to really put anything in, but just trying to take everything out. So that's why sometimes the members seem to come and go quickly, because they realize it's not the deal. The Bands4Bands isn't like a booking agency. The Bands4Bands is more of an information download than a booking agency. But if you happen to get some shows because you're good at networking, that's the way it goes.
They come to us thinking we're going to be able to help them in some miraculous way, like we're going to touch their shoulder and all of a sudden they're going to have a record deal or something, or whatever the heck they're looking for.
One of the things that we really enjoyed about Bands4Bands being such a new band is that we didn't know anything, and we could take from the knowledge of the bands that had been around for a while that could pass on things that seemed obvious to them that we didn't even know.
What we're doing is we're developing artists. That's something that's a lost art. No one develops artists anymore. In the day when I first started playing music, the club would actually try to get you to play once a month and try to get you to certain bands and try to put good shows together. Packages, like the things you go see in arenas or Ozfest where they put a package together. That's what clubs used to do. They don't do that anymore.
Bands for Bands is like a parent trying to teach the baby how to walk, and the baby, they're the band. And Bands for Bands pushes the baby like, come on, walk, little one, you know?
Well, what we're doing for the future, for Bands, what I foresee, my vision, is we're going to become a nonprofit. We've already done a few seminars and we're getting started on it. We're going to get into the schools because the schools don't have music anymore. We're going to come in and bring a few guys in there and play a song or two for them, then break down, like, you know, Bobby likes drums and Ralphie likes guitar, then we could break off into little splinter groups and try to bring the school, you know, some music into the schools.
Well, I think where Bands for Bands should go in the future is expansion. Yeah, expansion, basically.
One of the things we're going to be doing is branching out. We get contact from all over the country. They like our idea, like our concept, like what we're doing. How do they do it? They want to do it in their area. We're going to have chapters all over, and we're starting off with one in Texas, and we'll see how it goes. We can exchange bands. We got a chapter in Texas, for instance, and some of their bands want to come up through the Bay Area. We can set them up, treat them right, and then we can do the same thing. We can send bands that way. And so if we were to get chapters here and there, we can basically virtually do tours. If anyone's interested in our organization, you can always email us through our website, bands4bands.com. We'd be willing to listen and or hear from anybody about anything. And if you're interested in membership, definitely come to a meeting every first Sunday of the month. All information's on the website. And I look forward to everybody coming to the shows.